Smoke curling like ancestors with.
Run it back.
I like that Honduran cigar, the spirits rise. Smoke curling like ancestors whispering in the skies. Doctor said be in my left ear, saying here from the side. This ain't no new plan, we the ones that try to deny. Before Columbus ever dreamt the ship steered, we was building mounds, doing rituals with no fear.
From Yucatan to Panama to New Orleans here, that's the triangle soul of it. What?
Second lines ain't
Parades.
This ancestral rights. Tambourines and feathers under full moonlight.
We ain't immigrants now, we the original man.
Built pyramids and bones
We're wrong to fly. Top cat said it loud, stop for permission.
Our culture ain't missing.
What?
It's just deep in tradition. We ain't African cause they told us we remember the mission.
The land speaks Creole, so full of intuition.
We been here through the blood and the drum, through the elders, the chants and the kiss of the sun.
What else?
Rise from the lead, yeah, we talk to the sky and the ancestors rhythm, we never die.
Tell them.
We been here, oh yeah, we been here. Way before they wrote their lives, we still here. This our home, not a place we disappear. Jaheim singing true through the pain and the tears of you. Granny sat me down, roll something slow. Said when you puff, give thanks, let the cosmos know. I inhale the jungle, exhale the flow, spitting stories that the textbook still scared to show.
Like a torch with ancient rites, like prayers to the reaches at night.
New Orleans ain't a tourist tale.
It's black divine.
Where the jazz horns
Spend time on spiritual lines.
forget Columbus, we was
Dancing the stars, turquoise. Drums talking cold, spirits moving cars. When I was up behind the stars, Congo Square with transient portions. We built this land, no need for it. The Mardi Gras bees ain't just for the core. That's so long and holy, we was gods before war. We been
through the blood and the drum, through the elders, the chants.
in the kiss of the sun.
Smoke rise from the leaves.
And we talk to the sky and the ancestors riddle, we ain't never die. We been
Oh yeah, we been here.
way before they wrote their lives, we still here.
This our home, not a place we disappear. Jaheim singing true through the pain and the tears, through the blood and the drum, through the elders, the chants.
And the kiss of the sun.
Smoke rise from the leaves. Yeah, we
Talk to the sky and the ancestors, we ain't never died. We been here.
Oh yeah, we been here. Way before they wrote their lives, we still here. This our home, not a place we disappear. Jaheim singing true through the pain and the tears. We been here. Oh yeah,
We been here.
way before they wrote their lives, we still here. This our home, not a place we disappear. Jaheim singing true through the pain and the tears.
How y'all feeling, man? How is y'all feeling? If that don't set the tone, you hear me? Won't nothing with. You heard? I don't know what made Top Cat and that boy Deep Condition to come up with that one. If it wasn't the ancestors, but they sure gave him one then. You hear me? We been here. We been here. I got that master tonic too, y'all. Yeah, it's winter time. We moving into winter solstice. I got that master tonic. And I got all that stuff going that be going on within us, you hear me? Good gut health and all that, you know. And they got all them good ingredients y'all can be talking about, you know, the little coconut oil, a little turmeric, a little cayenne, you know, and a few other ingredients that I gotta keep on the hush. But it do what it do. And for those who don't purchase it from me, you know, they know, you hear me? But it you know, I took it. That's the proof, you hear me? But yeah, man, it's a lot going on right now. I'm feeling good. I hope everybody feeling good right now for no reason at all, you know. Cosmic consciousness, Big Chief University, salute to my family and Soul Tribe. You hear me? Peekaboos and passerby, salute to y'all too. You hear me? I hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all. You know, I know it's a lot going on. You know, individually, I know it's a lot going on personally. You know, I know it's a lot going on interpersonally. You know, because we got relationships that extend beyond the relationship that we have with ourselves. So it's a lot of things going on, you know, on a lot of layers, and it's a lot of things going on in a lot of levels. And most of all, regardless of what's going on outside of us, it's a lot of things going on internal, you know, and that's the most important spot, to have our magnifying glass on what's going on within. You hear me? Because if we can't manage what's going on within, you heard? What good is we to what's going on without? If we can't manage what's going on inside, what good is we according to what's going on outside? Because what's going on outside, if we ain't good with ourselves within, what's going on outside gonna trick you right out your position. You hear me? It's gonna trick you right out your position. And your position is not external or outside yourself. It's gonna trick you right outside your position with yourself. See, and a lot of us don't put in a lot of work, you know, to have to have better attitudes, you know, to have higher attitudes, to have more positive attitudes. You feel me? According to negative situations, you know, that we gain lessons from, and transmuted the energy and alchemized the energy from those lessons to be in, you know, better spaces of attitude, you know, higher spaces and altitude, so we can be in better spaces of attitude. Stay with me, you know. But it's a lot going on right now, and we all going to do it in some way or form or fashion, even if we ain't going through nothing at all. If you don't listen, you're going to miss it, you know. But be still and know that I am God. You hear me? And that's something that each and every one of us gonna have to be able to be still to be able to do. You heard? If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. But you know, now it's you know, I had a question for us. You know, cause I get, you know, first of all, I want to share something. I was asked the question. You know, where do I get the things that I present from? You know, how do I think about the things that come to me? And until I was asked that question, you know, I never considered the question to even have an answer for it, because the reality is I don't. It's no work. It's no work, because this is what I always did. This is what I'm used to doing. It's just how my mind works. It's the type of energy signature that I came here to be. I question everything. I'm a disruptor. I'm a disruptor to the system that I was born into. You know, I'm a disruptor to the family unit that I was born into. You see, and rightfully so. I'm a disruptor to the false social circles, you know, that I previously found myself in. You know, I'm a disruptor to the toxic communities, you see, that I was raised up in. You understand? Because and I had to be a disruptor. You know, and I ain't set no intention to be a disruptor. You see, it just came through the realization, the insight, you know, came through my understanding with my relationship with me. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it, because I'm talking to somebody. You know, I'm talking to somebody that's on their way. You know, and I'm talking for somebody that's on their way. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. But now is a good time, because there's a lot of things going on. You know, this our opportunity. You know, like as I've been mentioning, and because they want me to keep emphasizing it. You know, it ain't no better time than right now to really get serious about your relationship with yourself. Ain't no more important time than right now to get really serious about dealing with those internal things. Those things that if nobody know, that you know. You see, that you can work on, that you can improve. You see, uh, uh, concerning your thoughts, concerning how your feelings, concerning your perception. You see, ain't nothing wrong with upgrading, and ain't nothing wrong with not being okay. But it's something wrong with not being okay, and nobody around you know that you're not okay, because you smiling and cheesing and grinning and shucking and jiving like everything okay, when inside everything not okay. So we gotta stop doing that, because everybody, because it's a lot going on. You hear me? And everybody ain't able to hide behind that mask. In a victorious way, It's, just to say it like this, just to say it like that. It's a lot of things that people dealing with, and that they're dealing with in their lives, that's creating real havoc in their mind, that's causing real mental wars, real mental battles, in the mind, because of for many reasons, and ain't no one reason, and they ain't got all the answers to your life. I just share a lot of things, from the things that allow me to find answers in my life, and with intention, that it may provide some light, or shine some light and provide some answers, in the lives of some of y'all who come across the things that I present. You hear me? That's what this is all about. But regardless, it's a good time to be alive, man, for real. Cause what we've been through is important, but who we become because of it. Who we become because we got through it. Who we become because we still here. See, if we comprehend it, if we getting the lessons, if we gathering the tools to put in our belt, you see, so we become more multifaceted, more multi-dimensional, more multi-perceptive, you see, more multi-expansive, you see, then that's golden. That's golden. Now is a good time to get in tune with your I am. You hear me? Because that's where the power at. Now is a good time to train yourself. Because we about to close out this year. So now it's the time to triple up and double up, and 7 times and 10 times, whatever work you've been doing, because forward is the only direction that doesn't hurt. You ain't got time to be looking back. You hear me? So everything that been swept under the rug, it's time to lift that rug up, sweep that shit out from up under there. You hear me? Look at it for what it got to show you. You hear me? Sweep it, accept it for what it is. Sweep it in that dustpan. You hear me? And dump that shit in the trash can. Tie the bag up and put it out the door. You hear me? So the spiritual garbage, man. You hear me? You come pick that shit up. Y'all walk with me, cause I'm talking. I'm speaking to us on a lot of levels. This how they want me to give it to us tonight. You see, cause we all wear many hats, and sometimes we wear so many hats. We can get lost in trying to wear one particular hat all the time. You know what I'm saying? And we want to make the work like that. You see, because we not any other hats that we have to wear according to who we dealing with on the other side of us. Stay with me. You hear me? Stay with me. I'm a deep thinker. You know, it's how I'm wired. You hear me? And I can't help it. You heard? Uh, and as y'all can tell through the things that I say, I do not live on the surface that I appeared on. You hear me? But now is the time. So I'm coming through to say some things to sparkles. Because as I said again, and I will repeat, forward is the only direction that doesn't hurt. I say that again because somebody need to catch that. Forward is the only direction that doesn't hurt. And I ain't talking about where you go through your eyesight. I'm talking about where you go through your mind sight. You hear me? Yeah. I'm just an example, you know. I'm just one example of the proof that deep and real transformation do exist. You hear me? I'm just one of the many examples that deep and real transformation do exist. That shadow work is not a joke. Light work is not a joke. And you can't have one without the other. You hear me? If you meet an angel, ask him. Any angel that became one don't been through hell. You hear me? You hear me? Any angel that became one. You heard? Through the angles that they had to go through to become an angel, because they understand the many directions of how light reflect and of how light retract and reflect. Stay with me. You know. Yeah. They don't been through hell. They don't been through hell to get that. You heard? To get them degrees. You heard? Yeah. And I don't belong to a dude paying denomination in any sort, you know. But I do know the truth as it rose up in me and presented it to myself, you know, which made me think about something that I seen earlier, you know. I think it was Kurt Franklin, T.I., Jacquees, some other brothers, and Kurt Franklin would asked T.I. A question concerning the church, you know, and T.I. response, you know, reminded me of my response has always been concerning that same question when I'm asked why I don't go to church. And in most cases, probably some of y'all who grew up going through church, but you know, don't want nothing to do with church and you're right now today, and it's mainly because of the things that we seen. You know what I'm saying? And the best examples that we had, or the best examples that I had, you know, to have a connection with God, source, you know, or whatever y'all or we know it as, according to, you know, our personal upbringings, Allah, whoever, you know, Krishna, you hear me? We saw it. We learned it best at home. Not at the places that we had to attend, you know, where those who brought us up and raised us up attended. You know, we saw it at home. We got our best understandings of what it was all about at home, from our praying mamas, from our praying grandmamas, from our praying great grandmama. We saw it at home. You see, not in the church, not in the church. So it's a message in that for who catch it. You hope, but now is a good time. So now is a good time to be alive, because we understand things in ways that, you know, many before us didn't get a chance to understand. And then we able to pass it on, you know, to those who coming through us, and in some cases, you know, bringing in more, you know, more offsprings or more expansion to the bloodline through them, through us. If you don't listen, you're gonna miss it. You heard, you know. So the name, so the legacy and the names get live on, you know. But if the name don't mean nothing because we don't use the opportunity in this lifetime to use the flame that we got, you know what I'm saying, to add something to it, then it's just a name. It's just a name. You hear me? Yeah. So I just want to give us something to think about because I'm a deep thinker. You heard? And I don't live on the surface that I appeared on. So I'm speaking to other people who reflect and mirror that same thing, you know, to those around them, you know, because like I say, you know, y'all can see by the things that I speak to, you know, who was healing and found higher insights and wisdom through all the things that I was seeing that was swept under the rug from generation to generation, and which took us to self-degeneration, you know, of our own divinity, of our own self-respect, of our own self-identity, you know, of our own sovereignty, you know, of our own Godhead, of our own ancestorhood. Let's talk to it. Until now, you see, you know, because there's people like me here that's able to talk to it in the way that I'm sent to do. It's other people here, you know. Salute to my brother Top Cat that's bringing through the genealogy, you know, and it's other people here. But I rock with who I rock with. You hear me? You know. But yeah. We gotta find, you know, my point in saying that is we gotta find what our soul is calling us to, you know, not what sound good to us. We gotta find what our soul is calling us to and not what sound good to us, because it's a difference. I don't know who needed to hear that, you know. I don't know who needed to hear that. We need to find, I'm gonna say it again, we need to find what our soul is calling us towards, what our soul is directing us to, you know, what our soul is guiding us, what our soul guided interest, you know, not what look good, not what sound good, you know, and not what appear good. So we need to learn how to feel. In order to feel, we need to learn how to listen, or whichever way it works. But most of all, we need to learn how to be still. And be still, and being still don't mean that you're not moving. You see, and that's the whole catch of it. We gotta learn how to be still while we in movement, and that means within being internally calm, internally poised, internally connected, internally coherent, in coherence. You know, all the parts. You hear me? Clear channel. You see, for source and a great spirit, you know, to come through and guide us, you know, as we supposed to go, and lead us where we supposed to be when we supposed to be there to see who we supposed to see. This how it works. This is what flow is, you know. Flow don't mean you don't have control over yourself. Flow means you have absolute control over yourself. You in wholeness. You see, you one with source. I'm my Father one. That's what wholeness is. You hear me? Anything else, any other belief in accord to that was to strip you of your divinity. You see, and I came here to do the exact opposite of that. Help us step back into it. Help us reclaim it. You hear me? Help us resurrect it. You know, by dying and rebirthing ourselves, you know, through these things, you know, that I present to give us an opportunity to do just that. You hear me? For real. You heard? Yeah. For for the ancestors. Big Indian business. Genealogy. And remember, genealogy is the highest form of spirituality. But we gotta do this shadow work. And I love that. That ain't my slogan. That's my brother's slogan. You know, that's a BCU slogan. Genealogy is the highest form of spirituality. Cause I want to give. We got to give people when people impact us with certain things that's said and then we use it. We got to give people their credit, man. Cause I don't drop so much things and people don't stole. You know, niggas don't stole. Pardon my French. so much of my light infused wisdom and slogans and mottos, you know, and try to use it and mimic what can't be duplicated because you don't carry the energy and frequency for it to hit. You know, like things hit when I say it. You know, but then don't give credit to the rightful owner. You see, that's theft, that's copyright infringement. You hear me? That don't just take place on the earthly realms, that take place in the spiritual realms. See, so we going through things for a lot of reasons, and the thing and whatever that's got us going through whatever we going through give us an opportunity to take a better look at ourselves, man, so we can do some self-checking. You hear me? So we can do some self-checking. You hear me? Because without I am, how can consciousness recognize itself in you? And I can't say I am for you. So without I am, how can consciousness recognize itself in you? Unless you recognize the I am consciousness in you. You hear me? Message. But I'm gonna just leave us with that, man. Ain't gonna fry our brain too much. I gave us about 27 minutes and some change. But y'all know how it go, man. If you ain't hit the like button by now, hit that like button. If you ain't subscribe. It don't cost you nothing. You know. I share the video. You know. I don't expect haters to do none of that. I'm gonna just make it known. You see, cause we ain't gonna play like we don't know. Haters don't hate it. We ain't gonna play like we don't know haters come through. You hear me? You know. So this ain't for the haters, cause we don't expect a hater to do nothing to support nothing that I'm doing in no kind of way. But for those that rock with me, like, share. If you ain't subscribe. You hear me? Drop a message in the comment. You know, drop anything that you inspired to say in the comment. You know, if you got a question, actually, I will respond. But I do have a question for us. Do you think now is a good time to be alive? And if so, why? That's if you made it this far in the video, I want everybody who led to answer this question. And if there's no right or wrong, but drop a question in the comment and let me know what you think. Do you think now is a good time to be alive? And if so, why? And I'm gonna leave us with that thought. And as we know, I'm known as Sawu. Be you how you be you. Peace and love, family.